Hi grades 3, so today is Tuesday, April the 24th, and for your work today, we are looking at exercise, so your review 6, and you will be working on questions 2 and 3. So I am going to do a couple of these questions with you, and then you will go ahead and you will finish it on your own. Once you're done, you're going to go and you're going to check in your answer key whether you got them right or not. Okay, so let's get started. Now the first question is, it says color each bar to show the given fraction. If you remember in class, we did that. So the top number is called the numerator and the bottom number is called the denominator. Numerator, the top number tells us how many bars are colored. And the bottom number tells us how many bars do we have all together, right? So our first fraction is 1 over 4. So that means there are 4 bars. So 1, 2, 3, 4. And how many are colored? 1, because our numerator is 1. So let's go ahead and our top number is, so our colored part is just 1, right? Then our next number is 2 over 4. Again, our top number tells us how many bars are colored. So we have 2 bars. We should have 2 bars out of 4. That should be colored, right? So we shade them. Now go ahead and do this one. There are 6 bars altogether. And we should have, 1, 2, 3, 4. I didn't realize that I've only drawn, let's do this. Okay, so there are 6 bars. How many should be colored? Only 1. Then our next one is, there are 3 bars. Denominator is 3, 1, 2, 3. And how many are colored? 2. So we color 1 and 2. And our last one is, we have 8 as our denominator. So that means there are 8 bars. And how many are colored? 2. So go ahead and color 2 in. Okay. Now, your second question says, you need to use these bars to help you do the questions at the bottom. So the first question is, and you need to circle the greater fraction. The first one is circle the greater fraction. So they're saying use this to help you. Okay, now I'm going to show you, I'm going to bring my book closer and you'll see what I did. So 1 over 4 is the bigger fraction because look at this. We have 1, so over here we have 1 part which is colored. I'll show you over here. 1 part, so it says our fraction is, which one's bigger? 1 over 6 or 1 over 4? So let's go ahead and color 1 over 6 and 1 over 4 to see which one is bigger. So 1 over 6 and 1 over 4. Okay? And they're saying use the bars to help you. So let's go ahead and color 1 over 6 and 1 over 4. So 1 over 4 means that 1 out of 4 is colored. 1 over 6 means 1 out of 6 are colored. Right? So 1 out of 6 are colored, 1 out of 4 are colored. Now grades 3, pay attention, and I'm going to draw a line right here. Or I want you to draw a line right in your book. This is 1 over 4. I colored 1 bar, so it would be 1 over 4. And then I go all the way down to 1 over 6. Which one's bigger? Is it 1 over 6? 1 over 6 has this part a little bit left over that's not colored. And this is one big chunk of 1 over 4. This is one colored part of 1 over 6. So which one is bigger? Which part is shaded and which shaded part is bigger? 1 over 4 or 1 over 6? 1 over 4, right? It's shaded all the way to here. Whereas 1 over 6 is shaded only all the way to here because it has smaller bars. So which number is bigger, 1 over 4 or 1 over 6? That's right, 1 over 4 is bigger because look, it's shaded all the way to here. 1 over 6 is shaded all the way to here. It's not even shaded all the way fully because it goes into the second bar. So 1 over 4 is the bigger fraction. So they're saying use the fraction bars above to help you. So we are going to use this to help us when we are doing this. Let's go to part 2, question B. 1 over 4 and 3 over 8. So let's go to 1 over 4 and let's go to 3 over 8 all the way at the bottom. So I'm going to erase it so we don't get confused. So 1 over 4 and 3 over 8. So we have 1 over 4. So this part, this is all shaded. This is all shaded. And this is all shaded. Okay? Whereas 1 over 4, only this is shaded. So let's go ahead and let's see. 1 over 4 is all the way to here. 3 over 8, so 1 over 4 is only this. 3 over 8 has 1 bar, 2 bars, 3 bars. Which one is greater? Is it 1 over 4 or 3 over 8? Which part is bigger? So which shaded part is bigger? It's of course 3 over 8 is the bigger fraction because look, it's this much space is shaded in 1 over 4. 3 over 8 is all the way this much space. Do you see it? That's a big space. So that's why 3 over 8 is the bigger fraction. Does that make sense? Let's go to C. 2 over 8 or 2 over 3. So let's go ahead and let's see 2 over 8 and 2 over 3. So I'm going to erase it so we don't get confused. 2 over 8 and 2 over 3. As I'm erasing it, maybe you can go ahead and do a few questions and you can watch the video all the way to see if you got it correct. So the question is 2 over 8. 2 over 8 and 2 over 3. So let's color 2 over 8. What would 2 over 8 look like? Which means 2 out of 8 bars are colored, right? And then 2 over 3. So let's go to 2 over 3, which means all this. So 2 out of 3 parts are colored. Look at this and tell me which one is the bigger fraction. 2 over 8, which is this, or 2 over 3. So 2 over 8 or 2 over 3. Which one's bigger? It obviously is 2 over 3, right? 2 over 3 is the bigger fraction. Look at that big chunk that's shaded. And over here, we only have this much that's shaded. So 2 over 8 is the bigger, 2 over 3 is the bigger fraction because look. Okay, now let's go ahead and let's look at question D. 2 over 4 versus 2 over 6. So let's go ahead and shade 2 over 4 and 2 over 6. I'm going to erase it again so we don't get confused. And as I am doing this part, maybe you can go ahead and try to figure out. And then you can go ahead and watch the video to see if you got it correct. So let's go ahead and let's do 2 over 4. Let's do first 2 over 4. So which means 2 parts are shaded out of 4, right? And then we have 4 over 6. So we have 1, 2, 3, and 4. 2 over 4 and 4 over 6. Tell me which one is bigger. Is 2 over 4 bigger or 4 over 6 bigger? It's obviously 4 over 6, right? So you are going to go ahead and you're going to circle 4 over 6. Okay, let's move on to question E. Question E is 2 over 3 or 3 over 4. So let's go ahead and let's color these so that we can see which one's bigger. Grade 3, do you see now how I'm using these fraction bars to help me understand my fractions or help me do this question? Okay, so let's go ahead and let me draw this again. Okay, so question E is 2 over 3. So let's go ahead to 2 over 3. So over here, which means 2 out of 3 parts are colored. So 1 and 2. And then we have 3 over 4. So 1, 2, and 3. So you tell me which one is bigger? Okay, so 2 over 3 or 4, sorry, would be bigger because it's colored all the way to here. It's shaded all the way to here, whereas 2 over 3 is shaded only all the way to here. Do you see this much difference? So that's the difference. That means 3 over 4 is the bigger fraction. So you're going to go ahead and you're going to circle 3 over 4. Okay, let's look at our last one. 1 over 3 and 3 over 8. Again, let's shade these parts so that we know exactly what we are doing. And again, as I'm doing this part, maybe you can go ahead and do the question. Okay, so let's go. 1 over 3. So we know that 1 out of 3 parts would be shaded. So 1 over 3 and 3 over 8. So let's go to 8 and let's color 1, 2, and 3. Now, you tell me which one's bigger. Again, this should be grade 3 if you look at this one. If you look over here, so 1 over 3, because the thing is with my drawing over here, it's not even. So it almost seems like it's equal, but it's not actually. So I want you to go ahead and color 1 over 3. So let's go here. 1 over 3 would be all the way to here. So this is 1 over 3. And let's look at 3 over 8. So this is 1, 2, 3. So it's here, right? So that means 3 over 8 is the bigger fraction because more area is shaded in this than over here. There is a bit of space that's left over here. So 3 over 8 is the bigger fraction. Okay, I hope this made some sense for your fraction questions. And if you have any more questions about this or how to use these bars, please let me know through Remind, and I will see you next time.